Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you well and living your best life in Jesus Christ. Romans 12, 6 through 10 tells us that we each have different gifts according to the grace given to each of us. If your gift is prophesying, then prophesy in accordance with your faith. If it is serving, then serve. If it is teaching, then teach. If it is to encourage, then give encouragement. If it is giving, then give generously. If it is to lead, do it diligently. If it is to show mercy, do it cheerfully. We all have different gifts, and we shouldn't compare or be jealous of the gift of others. I will openly admit that I have more than a bit of insecurity when it comes to my ministry. I just want to serve the Lord however He leads me, but I often find my perfectionist nature getting in my way if I'm not very careful. Part of this is, I'm sure, due to my lack of training in this particular area. I mean, here I am, an older man, retired, trained in several totally different fields, who finds himself called to the ministry for reasons only the Lord fully understands. Because of this, I often find myself hyperanalyzing everything I do for the Lord. Was that sermon really what He wanted me to preach? Maybe I should have used more scripture, or maybe less scripture. Was it too short? Was it too long? Did I truly express what He wanted me to, or did I not communicate it properly? And on and on and on and on. As much as I want to be open to the will of the Lord and grow in His service, if I'm not careful, I find myself envying others who seemingly have skills that I'm struggling to develop. Even though I do not question my calling, I sometimes doubt my abilities. And it gets worse if I compare myself to other ministers. I suppose I'm not alone in this, but still, if I allow it to grow unchecked, it can not only hamper my ministry, but my very walk with the Lord on a daily basis. Dr. Joyce Myers puts it this way. She says, I remember hearing one preacher talk about how often he saw Jesus. I had never seen Jesus, so I wondered, what's wrong with me? Another person I knew prayed 4 hours every morning. I couldn't find enough to pray about to keep praying for 4 hours and always ended up bored and sleepy, so I wondered, what's wrong with me? I had no gift to remember large portions of Scripture like someone I knew, who memorized all the Psalms and Proverbs as well as other entire books of the Bible, so I wondered, what's wrong with me? I finally realized that nothing was wrong with me. Whatever we cannot do, there are other things we can. Whatever someone else can do, there are a lot of things they can't. We need to keep in mind that we don't need to let Satan deceive us any longer. We don't need to compare ourselves with anyone in any way, especially not spiritually. We can see other people as good examples and be encouraged by them, but they must never become our standard. Our standard is Christ. Even if we learn how to do something from them, we still are not going to do it exactly the same way. At some time or another, I think we all fall into the trap of wondering why we are not like others we know, or why we don't have the same experiences they do, but it's a trap, and a dangerous one. When that happens, we're caught in a snare set by Satan, where we enter into spiritual competition and comparison. Then we become dissatisfied with what God has given us. We should trust that God will do the best thing for each of us and let Him choose what that is. If we trust God in this way, we can lay aside our fears and insecurities about ourselves. I'm sure we'd all like to see into the spiritual realm and have an abundance of supernatural experiences, but getting frustrated if we don't steals our peace and certainly does not produce any semblance of Jesus. So I need to remind myself daily that as long as I do my best with what the Lord has given me, as long as I use my whole being, my heart, my mind, and my talents to serve Him to the best of my ability, I really can't do any more. See, He will give me what I need. He always has. That's like the old saying, the Lord doesn't always call the equipped. Sometimes He equipped the called. So why should I have any doubt? I hope you have a terrific day today. And remember, I'm here if you need me. And I love you all.